Hello everyone, Bramwell here from Rekt, and today I'm going to be doing the unboxing of my new microphone. As you guys know, I made an unboxing of my new mixer. You guys can watch that video right here. And it's supposed to work with this because it has phantom power, and I guess this mic needs phantom power to work. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright guys, so we're going to cut into our fancy box. There we go. Alright, so as you guys know, my audio is awful. As you can see, that mic right there, this is what I use to make my audio sound good. I use my Turtle Beach mic. But that is not going to be the case anymore. Oh my god. It's impossible. Okay, got it open. So, here is our microphone. This is it. This is a big deal. This is what we've been waiting for. Open from here. Yeah. Okay, and what do we get? We have our instructions. Oh, here. So, before we take everything out, I'm just going to tell you guys the reason why I got this mic. And it came with a shock and a pop filter to go over it. You know, you're getting this for 40 bucks, and it's coming with all of this stuff. So, you know, it's kind of just a nice add-on that they would give all this to you. So, you know, why not take advantage of it? So, this is what we got. We got our mic, our shock mount, our pop filter, our XLR connection via aux, and obviously the mic itself. So we don't really need this, so I'm just going to leave that up there. This is probably just the manual, or the manual is underneath. No manual? Okay. Let's close this up. It says professional, so I'm guessing it's professional. Wow, this is a chunky little thing. Alright, so here's our mic. It looks very shiny. You guys can see that up close, the detail. This is our mic. The best way to record with this is with the logo facing you. That's a rule with microphones. Always have the logo facing you, because it's the way that this mic can read you. That way is going to work a whole lot better. So we have our mic. Let's take out our little shock mount here. Ooh, that's smooth, man. That's real nice. And, yeah, so this is our shock mount. So this is supposed to go in here. When I watched other videos of this, it wasn't that easy to actually put this in there. And here's our little pop filter, which is not going to be easy to put in either. Oh, God. Okay, so let's put this on, and we're going to put the shock mount on. And we're going to see how this works. Alright guys, so we got it in the shock mount, and we also got the pop filter on. Now all we need to do is open up our boom arm and connect it to this. So this shouldn't be much of a problem. You should just be able to clip it to the desk. My desk is not very big, so I don't know how easy this is going to be. It looks like there's a little assembly that we might have to do here. Okay, here we go. So this is the end that plugs into oh no, so this comes with a thing, but you can take this off because we actually have a shock mount. So this has a piece that comes with it. You want to take that off. It has a screw, a little thing, kind of wobbly, and we're just gonna, you know, take this off of here. And the shock mount on the Florian should fit. It should fit on this. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. So I think this is supposed to actually stay on. I'm not sure. And that screws in. Yes, okay. So this is your adapter that you're going to need. And we're just going to spin this into here. Alright guys, so we got it screwed in. We're going to screw the other end into the clamp. So this is what is going to hold it. Oh boy, this is going to take a while. Alright, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just slide it right there. You guys can see on my screen. I'm just going to screw this in for right now, right here. It might be temporary, who knows. I don't really know where I'm going to fit this thing and tuck it away when I'm not using the mic, but, you know, that's going to be quite a struggle, I'm guessing. Okay, so, here we go. This goes in here, and it locks in place. Look at that. So, here we go. This is what it looks like. Your little stand here. And you can adjust your mic to whatever level you want to. And you can bring it in close like this to me. You can put it down low, like some YouTubers might do that. Just unscrew that a little bit. And there's your shock mount there. So that's supposed to absorb any vibration that might come into your mic.
Alright guys, so this is what the audio sounds like. I did have to go through a bit of trouble and download a other mixer program. This one's really helpful though. It's called Voicemeeter. You guys just need to go on the website right here. So it's VB Audio is the company. You need to download an output and input for this to work, and then you need to restart your computer. It will not work otherwise. It's basically a driver that goes on your computer. It appears right here. When you right click down here on volume, you right click and go to recording devices. You will find your output after you restart, and then your playback, you'll find your input, Voicemeeter input. So those are the two things you're going to want to use, and these are the settings I have for the BM800. This is the Florian edition. If you have another one, I don't think there's much of a difference, but I have my square right here, so this is just like a tuner pretty much. So when you first open Voicemeeter, you're going to find a lot of crazy stuff, some lines going up and down possibly, and a bunch of volume bars. So let's start from left to right. In this corner, you're going to see a drop-down menu, and it's going to have only your mic unless you have another input device connected. So when it's connected, it's going to find it in here, and you're going to want to select it. Whichever one sounds better to you, really depends. And this is going to be your device. Make sure that your output is hooked up to your headphones or the output that you're using, like via speaker or aux. This one you do not need to worry about. That's for external. And this is just going to change your overall audio. So it's going to pick up the levels of volume that you want to hear in your video. These two are only used if you have a, for example, computer or another like keyboard. So if I have a like electric piano pick hooked up, if I have an electric piano hooked up, it's going to be right here. But we don't need that stuff, so it's unnecessary. So we're going to have our input, which is our mic, and our output, which is our headphones. And then besides that, that's pretty much it. Alright, so you guys can see that over here, there's a little square box. This is really handy to use because it's going to pretty much change most of the audio that you're going to be hearing. It's the main configuration. If you move it around, it's going to sound different. In voice, it's going to sound really different. Control panel, you guys can hear the difference. High and low, you can change it around, you know, depending on where you want it to be. I like to keep it at around here. Depending on what mic you have, it might be different. You don't have to use Voicemeeter. I just use it because I know that the BM800s could use a little bit of an assist. And then when you go into your recording software, mine would be OBS, and you go into settings and audio. You're going to go to desktop audio device, and you're going to want to make sure that it's selected as the input. And then from the auxiliary audio device, it's going to be the output. This must be required, or else OBS will restart and it will not work on the recording. You cannot even preview the stream. It has to be set to that. I would also recommend going to the noise gate and changing this so only a certain amount of sound can actually go through. Basically what this does is the more audio like that you have going through this, so you need really strong audio for it to pass these two levels. That's what it's going to pick up. So if it's lower than this line right here, then it's not going to pick it up. If it's in this noise gate, then that's where your sweet spot is. And basically after that, you're pretty much done. You're configured. You can also use Adobe Audition or Audacity, for example. I only use this one if I ever really need to, rarely for effects. But besides that, that's pretty much it for your tuning. There's not much else you're going to get out of this. I would just really recommend downloading this program, especially if you have a BM800. I had to boost up the volume quite a lot for me to actually be able to hear the volume on it. It's a very quiet, muffled mic, so just be aware of what you're doing with the mic. Try not to screw anything up. And another thing that you guys might want to note to yourself is if you're going to watch a YouTube video or another something like that, you must quit Voicemeeter. When you close out of Voicemeeter, it's still open. You have to actually go into your task manager and you need to find it right down here, and you need to end the task. It's still a background program running, which means that it's still activating your mic, which means you won't be able to hear anything in YouTube. Once you deactivate it, though, you will be able to hear everything in Google or YouTube, whatever you're using. Just to activate it again, you just need to go back here and select on it again, and it will open up. Another shortcut is to press on this little arrow here and go to voice meter and right click, and you could press. So we just have to open the program back up, and now it works. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys got something out of that. I hope it improves your audio a little bit. This is definitely the best budget mic. I would recommend it, especially for what it comes with. You could just, there's so many other things you can change with it. You know, you could tinker around with it and tune it. But if you have the money, go for something a bit better. Go for like an AT2020 or like the Blue Yeti. They're just a lot more promising and will most likely have the more clear stamina audio that you're looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop down in the comments what do you want me to post on the gaming channel. You guys can check out some other random videos on the channel if you really want. And besides that, this is Brandon from Rekt, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.